weekend. If you have outdoor plans, you're going to want to make them for earlier in the weekend. That will give you a better chance of the rain not getting in the way, as we see a better chance of rain as we move throughout the weekend. Can't see that cold front much on the temperature map, but if we take a look at the radar, we can see where that front is currently sitting, along with this band of showers and clouds that is currently entering the western half of the state. So if we take a closer look here at Pennsylvania, we see those storms starting to fire up along the Ohio-Pennsylvania border. And if you remember, that rainfall came as Hurricane Ivan, or the remnants of Hurricane Ivan, made their way up the East Coast 10 years ago this past week. We have a long-standing observation record here at Walker Building, but a gentleman on Long Island has set the U.S. record for his streak of observations. The Weather Forecasting Improvement Act passed the Republican-controlled House last week, but now faces the Democrat-controlled Senate before it can be sent to the President and signed into law. Now, that will change as we head into the evening hours. We do see this system off to our west, and that will be making its way into our neck of the woods overnight tonight, and that will bring with it some rain showers, and a few sprinkles will linger into tomorrow. Friday night, great sleeping weather. Hopefully you're able to leave that air conditioner turned off and save a little bit of money on those electric bills. You see that high pressure system still in control of the weather across our area. That front that brought us all that rain, it is now offshore, off the eastern seaboard, and clear of us. Good Wednesday morning to you, and thank you for joining us here on the Center County Report. I'm Christina Reuille here with Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast. And if we start off with a look out the window this morning at conditions here at Penn State, we're looking out over West Campus across Atherton Street towards the golf courses. Quite a nice morning after those rain showers we saw yesterday. A few clouds in the sky right now and some areas of fog. So do be careful as you head out the door this morning, but a fairly nice morning after that cold front moved through last night. Looking at the temperatures though, you really wouldn't know that a cold front moved through. Our temperatures didn't drop off all that much. But if you do go outside this morning, you will feel a difference outside because the dew points dropped off and we are seeing much drier air for today, so that will feel much nicer than it did yesterday. A lot of people did not enjoy those muggy conditions. 63 here in State College and at AccuWeather as well, 66 over in Stormstown, but generally temperatures in the low to mid 60s across the center region. Across the state, not much temperature variation. 60 up in Bradford, 63 in Franklin, and the warm spot on the map is Philadelphia at 74. They're seeing a bit more sunshine off to the eastern side of the state, so their temperatures are a bit higher. As we move throughout the day today, those clouds that we saw yesterday, those are on their way out. The radar right now looking pretty clear, and then as we take a look at the futurecast for the rest of the day today, those clouds will be making their way out and we will just see clear and sunny skies, a much welcome treat after those storms yesterday caught some people off guard. Clear skies through tomorrow morning, so very much enjoyable weather for today. Today we're looking at increasing sunshine throughout the day, a few of those clouds early like I mentioned, but the big story will be the drop in the humidity. Will feel much nicer if you're heading out the door today. Highs around 80 degrees, and then overnight tonight, much better for sleeping. Temperatures getting down to around 59 with mostly clear skies. Unfortunately, the story changes tomorrow and we see that humidity returning. Although it will stay sunny, we will see those dew points come back up and it will feel more humid once again. So we will end our week on a muggy note. Your 7-day forecast for the State College area. Enjoy those conditions today because those muggy conditions return for the end of the week. And unfortunately, we're looking at a chance of storms right now for Saturday's home opener against Akron. But stay tuned for future forecasts in case that changes. Cool down expected at the beginning of next week. From the Penn State Campus Weather Service, I'm Christina Reuille. Have a good day. If the deserted classrooms and abundant construction on campus weren't enough to give it away, summer is underway. And for many people, that means it's time to take that long-awaited vacation. Business Week estimates that more than 210 million people will be boarding flights to their travel destinations this summer, and more than 30 million people will be traveling internationally. One of the top 10 international destinations this summer is England. But for travel to some parts of England, it's not just the weather during your visit that will make or break your holiday plans. Many resort areas are still reeling from storms this past winter. Perhaps you're planning a visit to England's most showcase counties of Devon or Cornwall. Around 11 million people visit these southwest counties each year. But a series of winter storms put a damper on the tourism business. Beginning with the same storm system that stirred up the polar vortex frenzy here in the States, these storms caused enough damage to cut off the southwest from London and the rest of England by rail. On the night of February 4th, high seas washed away more than 100 meters of the 150-year-old seawall near the Dawlish train station, leaving the railway line hanging in midair like a swinging bridge. Dozens of other locations along the line also needed repair. The track was impassable for 2 months, leaving many travelers wary of booking any vacations. Repairing the railway line continued to be a fight against the weather for Network Rail's team of 300 construction workers. Known to the locals as the Orange Army, the workers built a temporary seawall made of 18 shipping containers to keep the sea away as they brought in 6,000 tons of concrete and 150 tons of steel. The line finally reopened on April 4th after more than £35 million, or $56 million, worth of repairs. So the big question remains, what caused all these storms? The answer is the same reason we saw many bursts of exceptionally cold weather here in the States. In a report published by the UK Met Office, the increased storminess is attributed to, quote, major perturbations to the Pacific and North Atlantic jet streams driven in part by persistent rainfall over Indonesia and the tropical West Pacific. For all the rain that caused delays for the repair, the UK Met Office says the only thing to blame is fundamental physics. While no storm was exceptional, it was the cluster of persistent strong storms that led to trouble. Unfortunately for these coastal villages, recent studies reviewed by the Met Office show increased chances for future storms to take the more southerly track across the Atlantic that led to so much trouble this past winter. Throughout much of the picturesque English Riviera, other signs of these winter storms still remain. Meadfoot Beach in Torquay saw its share of strong waves as well. The sand is still littered with large stones that used to be a part of the walkway along the beach. Dorset's iconic Pom-Pom Rock vanished into the sea, and 25,000 tons of cliff fell away in Teignmouth. Fears of future landslides still remain because of saturated ground. But don't let the winter weather woes continue to deter your travel plans. Despite the continued construction to strengthen the seawall, it's hard to imagine now the ferocious seas in Dawlish this past winter. So make your travel plans. The railway is back and the train station repaired. Regardless of the weather now, or the weather this past winter, enjoy the hard work of the Orange Army and all the others who are helping to restore these wonderful vacation destinations. And here's to hoping the weather is a bit nicer to all of us next winter. For Weather or Not, I'm Christina Reuille.